Hi everyone, welcome back to Code Step by Step. My name is Anil. In this part of React series, we will talk about Context API and we will learn how we can use Context API with the help of hooks. So first of all, I will tell you what is Context API, why we need hooks for the Context API. I will also tell you that. Then we will make some components like child components, super child components, super child components, so that I can show you that how we can send data from one component to our deepest component, right? Because maybe we have 10 components or lots of component in our project, so we know that how we can send data from our parent to child. But when we want to send our super child component, how we can send it? So we will discuss in this video. After that, I will also tell you that how you can send data from child to parent, because sending data from parent to child is easy way, but sending data from child to parent is little bit complicated, even without context API or with the context API. And we will learn all these things with the help of example. So let's start with the theoretical part and understand what is context API. So context API is basically a feature of React.js. This is not an external library like Redux, right? And when we want to send data from one component to another component, and that component might be present far away from our component. For example, we want to send data from this component to that component. I know that we can easily send data from parent to child or child to parent without context API or without Redux. But whenever we have lots of other components between our two components, that time how we can send the data? Let's say you want to send data from this component to that component. Here we have two choices. One, we can use Redux, but whenever we are using Redux, we have to add a external library and we have to add a lots of code. We have to create the actions, reducers and other things. And for a beginner, this is really a problem to understand the Redux also. But context API is a complete solution of it, because this is easy to use and easy to implement, and we don't need to add any external library for it. Second thing is, whenever we are using Redux, it must be applied on our complete project, right? But whenever we are using context API, it not must that we have to just apply it on our complete project. So let's say we have our in our project 50 components. We can apply it all over project in a 50 components, or we can apply it only 10 components or 20 components also, where we just need it, right? This is the flexibility of context API. All right, so now let's start that and learn that how we can send data from component A to B, and after that I will tell you that how you can send data from A to C or D or E, right? But let's start with the simplest one. And here I am just going to make a component with the name of child, so that it can be easy to remember, child.js. And to make it very quick, I want to copy the code from here to here and just simply change here name of component child, component, and let's export the child, and here let's use it. Great. So let's see, is it working fine? Yes, this is working fine. So I want to send some data from app component to child component without props, because if we are using props, then it will not be a context API. And just passing the props, we can just send data from one component to two or three components. If we have uh, lots of component, we cannot send data, right? So we will use the context API, and first of all, let's import here create context, and it will be just used outside the React function, right? Keep in mind, some guys actually just written inside the app component or your current component. It should be above to your component. So let me just put here global info or something, and let's simply use here create context. After that, let's create a wrapper of this global info. We don't need this div. Even you can remove it, or you can also use the div just inside this global info dot provider, right? This is actually property of context API which is must have to use. After that, let's pass here some values. So for a moment, let's say I have a state with the name of color, and set color also. Use state. We don't need to import it from React development. Let me just remove it, and simply put here by default color, let's say green or something else, right? And now let's pass this color to our value. So I'm just putting here app color, so that you don't need to be confused, you don't have any confusion between color, app color, and color. Even we can also pass this like this also, color into color, but maybe this is it will be confusion for some guys. That's why I'm just putting here app color. Now data is passed from our uh, to the context API. So how we can use it in the child component? For that, let's come to the child component, and let's import here used context, and it will be used inside our function, right? So let me take here const color, or you can say that app color also, because we are just import the app color, right? Yep. So let's import it, and from where we have to import it? Sometime actually mouse is sucks. All right, and now from where we can import it? So for that, we have to just export this global info to our child, and then we will use it. So let me just export it, and just come back here and just write here import something from app, and what we have to import here? Global info. And let's simply use here use context, and let's pass here global info to inside it. So now let's see, are we getting our green color inside this app color or not? So let me just put here app color, and let's see what we are actually getting here. So here you can see that we are getting green. So I want to apply this color on our child component. So how we can apply it? Let's simply use here style color will be app color, and here you can see that now we got our color on our component. All right, so that's the way that how we can pass data from one component to another component. So let's say we have one more component with the name of superchild. Let me make a copy of it. Super child, and let me change the name of component as well as text, and same thing. Okay, so we have to import it also. So where we can import it? Let's import it inside our child component. It will be a super child, not the child actually, and we have to import it. Import super child from super child, and here you can see that the color is also applied on that one. So if I just change this color in our app component red, you will find that the color will be changed in on our both component, child as well as on the super child. Great. So what we are actually getting here, here you can see that we send the data from app component to child and child to super child. So maybe you guys are just thinking that how we can create this parallel component also. So let me just show you. So again, I am just going to make one more component, and this is the, let's say, other child or something. You can put any name to it. I'm very bad to actually picking the names, so sorry about that. And we can import it in our app component now. So let's put here other component, and you can see that it will work fine here, right? So one more thing, inside our other child we also have the super child, so we can remove it if you want. We don't need it. That's great. So now we just get to know that how we can send data from our child to super child and to the another child also. But how we can send data from super child to parent? That is the main question. So now let's see how we can do it. So let's say in our super child I have a state, or let's say you just have a variable const, I mean to say const, and its name is day, and here we have a Sunday, right? I want to send this Sunday from our child component to super child component to parent component. So for that, what we have to do, we have to make a function in our parent component. So you might be confused why we have to make a component in app component. We want to send data from child to app. So yes, again we have to just send make a just function here, and we will call this function inside our super child, and it will return the values. How? I will tell you. So let me uh, just create a function. Let's say my function name is get day, right? And here first of all, let's make a console dot want, so that we can check everything is working fine or not, right? And let me just make a const here, const like this, and it's have a parameter, let's say item or day, whatever parameter you want to make, day, right? Okay, so now let's pass this day in our value, and you can put the same name also, and if you want to change this name, it's totally up to you. We don't need to pass it to child and other child. We want to call it from super child, so directly go there and import it like this. Now let's make a function here. Let's make a button here so that we can just click over it and call it, and here you can see that get day, or you can write anything. Now let's create on click, make arrow function, call this function get day like this, right? And now we can pass some data from here. Let's say I would like to just pass here day, and now let's see what we are getting here. So I would like to refresh it once. Whenever I'm just clicking over it, here you can see that we got the Sunday in our, where this console is we put here, we just put here inside our app. So how we can just display this Sunday over here in our h1 tag? So again, let's take a state const day set day, or by default you can put here any blank day also, or let's say put here Monday, right? And now let's put here day. By default you will find there we are just getting here Monday, right? And now whenever I will just click over it, it will not change here because we did not update the state here. So let me just update this set day, that is that one, and let's pass here day, which is coming up from our function parameter. Now let me click over it. Here you can see that this is changed with the Sunday. So with that way we can send data from our super child to parent. The code of this video will be uploaded on the GitHub soon, and link will be provided in the description box. So thank you so much for watching this video.